Hey, somebody's asked me about making one of these things here. I forgot all about it. In about 3 weeks, maybe a month ago. But anyway, it's one of these things that keep cattle from. Assuming the cattle won't walk on that. It's kind of like a gate. You can drive over it, but the cattle, they'll say, "Nah, I'm not walking on that." It kind of keeps them in place. Yeah, it probably saves time for people having to get out the car, actual open a physical gate and whatnot. So basically, if you look at this, it's just a bunch of cylinders. Making this in Blender would be no problem. In fact, it probably won't take very long at all. Let's see if I got some. Let's use this old metal here. That's not metal. That's wood. You dumbass. Let's see if I got some metal. Something metal, rusty metal. Let's go over to our friends at Unreal Engine. See what metals they got. Because they got some good metal textures. Some good textures. Which I hope, let's see. Which one? This project. I know I got some cements, some woods. I think I got any rusted metal yet. Let's see here. We got any surfaces in the metal, rusted, corroded, rusty metal. I think this will be fine. No, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see what others have we got. That looks okay. Let's get that one. And maybe this one, yeah. Yes. We'll just get these two. And we will, let's see. I need a couple texture balls. Props. Couple props here. And the starter content, these material spheres. I'm going to put this a couple here. And we go to the ball and we put the texture on the ball and we export the ball. Damn it. I lost my place now. Oh, he metal corroded. So we drag these to these, yeah. Then we see where's the other. Where's the other one? Drag that to that. And let's see, maybe there's some others. Damn, that's some chewed up looking stuff there. Maybe this one too. Yeah, these two kind of look alike. We'll just do this like this. Let's download it. Them two look too similar, really. I have a couple varieties. You ain't gonna run out, that's for damn sure. There's so many in here. It's ridiculous, man, the amount that's in here. I mean, it's just unreal. So we take these two balls here, we select them and we export them as OBJ. I'm just going to stick this on the desktop in a new folder. OBJ. And save and yes. Now, once that's done, I'll close this. Or minimize it. There we go, it's done. Alright, let's go to that folder. Oh, I stuck these right on the damn desktop, didn't I? That's alright. We're going to have to load them in our photo editor and convert them, which I'll take a second to do. got normals, and we got the normals, and we got the color map. Go back to here. Get our materials. This one, this one, this one, that one. Because they're bitmaps. Yeah, I wouldn't want to use a bitmap for Beam. I mean, it would work, but it'd probably be some kind of performance hit or something. So we're going to export these as DDS. And BC1 compression type, generate bitmaps. And I'll do the same thing with the normals. BC1. This would be BC5 since it's normals. And you don't have to use 4K. You can convert these to 1K or whatever. And I'm not gonna worry about trying to make these PBR. They'll be fine like they are. And so this one will be BC5. Yeah, yep. So now we go to Blender. Blender. Yeah, I can pretty much remember what that thing looked like out of my head without even looking at it. Yeah, it was just a bunch of cylinders on the ground. Now, you're be driving over this too, so you want at least a minimum number of polygons on the cylinder. I forgot how many sides the minimum is for a cylinder so that it doesn't pop your tire. Damn it. Let me undo that. Which, not that these take that many damn polygons anyway. Not that they're that many anyway, but you don't really need 32 sides. So I'm just do like, I don't know, that'll be fine. 10 sides there. Yeah, that'll be fine. And if you want to, you can like mess with all the stuff here in this tab. You know, before you actually, you know, start working on the model. Save you a little time anyway. Let's throw a texture on that. Let's just call this metal rust. Something unique that hasn't been used yet. Base color, image texture. We'll pick that texture, one of the textures that we just did anyway. Where is it? Hey. Oh, I saved them onto the desktop too, I guess. Open image. Let's look at the texture mapping on here. Let's apply all transforms. Now this isn't going to wrap around here perfectly. There will be a seam. So what I'll do is I'll just, in edit mode, I'll pick the edge of one of these here and UV mark seam, and then at the ends of this, on both ends, I will select these here and mark seam in the UV tab. That way it can be unfolded. It can't be unfolded if there's no seam. Or you can do these all one at a time if you know, got all the time in the world and you don't care about time. But we're doing it this way. So now that I can hit A to select all and say UV unwrap, it'll unwrap it basically based on the way we mark the seams. So this part here, you see we got a lot of texture. We can damn it. turn on X-ray. So when I pick these faces, it picks the back faces too. So as you can see, we got all this metal real estate we can work with to have a variety of, because you never want, you never want the same object. You never want the same object repeating itself with the exact same texture. That looks so fake. So like, I'll rotate this over. So we'll duplicate it. Just Shift D, make it duplicate. And like say for this one, and we'll just take both of these and duplicate them. And duplicate them. I'm not sure how many more. Maybe that many. And I'll just select them all. I'll go to edit mode and then go back to my UV editor, and in here with X-ray on still, that way I like using the lasso. I can just lasso these in and say, okay, well you guys, you know, you're gonna be that part of the texture, and you guys will be, I don't know, over here, and what you end up with is a variety of different ones that look different. So that they're not all exactly the same. Because that's, you know, that's like the first thing your eyeball goes to when you see something that's a duplicate. You like immediately recognize that as like, hey, that looks like the one beside it. I mean, it takes a little more time to do this, but it gives you a little better results, I think. You know, that way it's unique, it's different. So now if we go to object mode and we look at this, it looks very unique, very different. You may say, I want that to be smooth. What doesn't work good is when you tell the whole object to be smooth when it's got ends like this. So what I would do is like, I'll select them all and go to edit mode. We'll just select the round parts, which you can select like that. We'll tell those to be shaded smooth, but the ends will still be shaded flat, which I didn't bother texturing the ends. I mean, all these are exactly the same, but if you look at the picture on the internet of this thing, you don't see those anyway. Well, you could, I guess, if you're on the side, but I'm not worrying about that. So now this little contraption here, these like bigger tubes in the middle, we'll make them, and we'll use the other texture for that. Let me look at this again. Okay, it goes that way, so those go this way. So back to object mode, and we will make a new object. Actually, yeah, I'll just make a new cylinder. Mesh cylinder. Mesh cylinder. I think that'll work. Oops. Alright, and as like with the other one, we'll cut the seam, edit mode. I thought I had that damn thing selected. Like, okay, so we'll pick that. Nope, gotta pick the edges. Pick that edge, those edges, and just one of these. I'll do the one on the bottom. UV mark seam. Hit A to select all, UV unwrap. So I need to put the texture on it. So this will be, I don't know, metal rust 2 or something. Image. I'll use the other one. Alright, let's see. This one. And that already looks okay. Let's look at the image again. I did say I could do this without looking at the image, but I obviously need to look at it again. Let's do an extrusion here, because if we want to make it look like this, we need to do an extrusion. So that's where we pick a face, like this face, and we extrude it. Except I use XYZ instead of the normal, that way I can lock it to a exact up and down, left, right, or front to back. So we'll raise that up to that. And you may say right away, you're like, oh, alright, you're gonna mess them textures up. Yeah. That's where you got to select these here and basically unwrap those. And I should have did these. You can't do them all at the same time without making a seam also, so we'll just do 2 at a time. Yep. And then that one and this one. The only reason I didn't do that with the cylinder is because then if you do every single one at a time, then you got to fool with matching them all up one at a time. Then you get, you know what I'm saying, you got to make sure they all match, and that's a pain in the butt, so I didn't want to do that. And the reason I put the seam at the bottom is because they're not going to perfectly match back up at the bottom. Maybe they could if you had the right texture scale and all that stuff, but I'm not worrying about all that. So it's like the ugly Christmas tree. The side that's missing, the side that's ugly you put against the wall. Well, like the side of this goes in the ground. Alright, so like the other one, we'll duplicate this one. I'm going to leave this flat shaded. I will shade the other. Actually, you know, let me look again. Yeah, let's do it this way. Oh, let's tell it this, that. Those to be shaded smooth. So that works. And like I said, like the other one, let's get this into position. Damn, this is about the 6th time I've looked back at the thing that I said I don't even have to look at it again. Yeah. 6 times, 7 times, maybe more than that I've done. And just like we did with the texture rotating with the other, we'll do with this one too. So we'll select all 4 of these. That way we can do them all at the same time. In edit mode, turn our X-ray back on so we can select what's in the front and the back. And we'll start with this one. Go to our UV editor. Hit A to select all, and we'll just move this around a little like that. And do that with these. Just so that they are a little different from one another. I think that'll work. Let's see, we get something like this. Where they're all a little different. Everything is a little different. Nothing is exactly the same. I think that'd be alright. What y'all think? I just hope it doesn't pop any tires. But I think it'll be okay. Maybe it'd look good with a little dust texture on it also, make it look dirty, but I think these are pretty corroded looking. I think they look pretty weathered. I'll just see how far that sticks out there. Alright, yeah, so now we'll just combine all these together as one object. But maybe what I should do, since this person asked for this, I will save it as unjoined so that it is can be easier modified, right? In case I want to modify it, I can just load the Blender file. I'll call this cattle gate. What I didn't do is import in a car from the game to get a scale. So let me do that. Since I don't have a animal I can put in there. Yep, that's got to be scaled. I think that'll work. Let me resave the Blender file. I don't want that person have to do the same thing. And now we'll take these and join them all together as one object. And we'll call this cattle gate. The textures will be called Metal Rust and Metal Rust 2. Maybe I just Metal Rust 1 and Metal Rust 2. There'll be 2 draw calls, 2 materials for one object, but that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Alright, now this will also double as our collision mesh, so we'll just duplicate it. And we'll call this COLMESH-1. We'll add our 2 empty plane axes, and I'm going to teach you a new one today. Yes, a new one that I've never mentioned before. So we'll add 4 plane axes. Actually, we'll just do 3. Yeah, we can do 4. What the hell? Add empty plane axis 4 times. The first one will be our usual base 0, 0. The next one will be our usual start 0, 1. Then we will use BB underscore auto billboard 25. And then the new one will be null detail 10. Which means when it's 10 pixels large, it'll disappear off the map. Let me double check. Yeah. So, I guess while I'm here, I could go ahead and move these 2. I'll do it in a minute. Null detail 10. Alright, so start 0, 1, hold shift, left click, drag and drop, put start into base, put BB auto billboard into base 00, not start 01, but base 00. Put null detail 10 in base 00 also. And then the remaining two items, we'll put them in start 01. Now to utilize the LOD system, we need to include underscore with a lowercase a and the number in size of pixels that we want this LOD transition to happen in. So if one is 500 and we make the next one like say 200, then when the thing is 200 pixels in size, it'll LOD to the higher quality one. And the same thing with the billboard. At 25 pixels, it'll draw a billboard, which is a flat 2D plane. And then the null detail 10, it'll just vanish off the map entirely. So not that these are high polygon, but if you get into these kind of habits and you're making a lot of assets, it's good to get into this habit because you want performance to be good for other people if you share this with other players and stuff. But anyway, we'll use the high quality one for the collision mesh. We'll duplicate the high quality one with a Shift D, and we'll rename this one to 200. We'll hide the collision mesh and the high quality so that when we do a decimate on this, we will see exactly what it's doing, because you can have both on at the same time and you won't be able to tell what's what. So I'll just do like a 0.1 ratio. That's not too aggressive. Let's do 0.25. That'll be fine. That'll be okay, because you're not going to see this until it's a good distance away. Sometimes planar does better. Just tell it to have the UVs. Just enable that if you use a planar decimation. That'll be fine. And we're ready. Oh, lastly, it's in the ground. See the ground. When you spawn it, do you want to have to get it out of the ground every time? Nah. So we'll move those up out of the ground. And we'll just put them halfway. Then it's up to the person to decide where exactly they want to put them in the ground. And you see all these things got different origins and everything. No, we'll just select everything on here and just, well, not everything, just the collision mesh, just the meshes, just these meshes, and set their origin to the 3D cursor, which if you haven't moved your 3D cursor, it should still be dead center here. That's a little candy cane circle there. You can always go to view, and you can always return it home by putting 0, 0, 0. Alright. Apply all transforms. Oh, maybe all this stuff needs to be. I never think about this after the fact. I don't think it matters where base 00's origin set, but I hadn't actually ever thought about it. But anyway, they're all set to the 3D cursor now. And we will export them all as a DAE into this level. Or this ain't the level, this is just the desktop. Cattle gate. And export. Now we'll get those textures. We'll put them in there because the normals aren't in there. Where is it at? Where is that damn folder? I don't see it. There it is. Remember, I converted the normals also to DDSs. I just had to find them. So it doesn't draw me normals for DDSs. so it's hard to like see them with your eyeballs. They're like one of these. If you use GIMP, I don't know if Photoshop even uses a DDS. I'm sure, surely they would, but I don't know. Now we'll just put this in our folder. Copy. I'm sorry, in our level. We'll go to levels, wherever your level is you want this in. I'm just gonna go to the cliff level that I was fooling with earlier. And in the art folder, I'll paste this folder. And this will be the same folder that I zip up and I share in the link. Let's load the level. I forgot to check the damn normals. Normals are whether or not your object's inside out. I forgot to check, but we're good. They're all blue. So let's get our cattle gate out. Oh, I didn't put it in here yet. Ah, you damn it. I reload it now. I was wondering why it would let me right click and compress the zip file, because I hadn't put it in there yet. I thought I did that. Damn, this is one of them Mandela effects. I was certain I did that shit already. We'll go ahead and compress that to a zip. That'll be what I share. So you see how to unzip it and stick it in your level like that. Alright, let's try this again. Alright. We got us there a beautiful cattle gate. Maybe I should have adjusted those because those are exactly the same on the end. But I don't think you're gonna see that part, so I'm not gonna fuss much with it. We'll put that in the ground there, like that. Then we're gonna rebuild collisions. I'm trying to move the vehicle. I got all these rocks everywhere too. Let me get some of these out of here. Alright, Let's see, can we drive on it? We're stuck. Yep. Worked pretty good. Or not. Seems that we got stuck. And it's popping our tires. Well, hell. This is a mucho problema. So what I'll say to do is just, we're not going to make this actual part of the collision mesh. Let's just do it this way. Let's just do it the easy way. We're going to make a simplified collision mesh. We're going to delete this collision mesh because apparently it's got some snagging issues. I might have made this, I forget the damn measurement. There's a measurement that something has to be at least a certain thickness or have a certain amount of sides to it. It's got enough sides, it's just the thickness is not thick enough, so it's snagging, I believe. And I could make them poles bigger, I guess. But no, I'm just going to do it this way. I'll make some more mesh cylinders. That's why it's not always a good idea to use visible mesh vinyl. Because, you know, if you have to do this, you better know the better way, the right way to do this, so you can make your own collision mesh. So these are larger, as you can see, they are larger. Now what I'll do is position it so that it's just like that. And I'll duplicate it. And even though it's not actually, the tire will still go in between the two of these, you know what I'm saying? There will still be where it looks like the tire's going down in between them, but we all can see that it's really not going down as far as it really would. But I believe this person is going to be racing on these like a racetrack kind of deal, and you don't want your damn tires popping when you run over it if that's the case. Now, it's more about cosmetics, this thing here, than just want it to look real but function like a game. I mean, I don't know, maybe the real ones in real life would pop your tires. Probably would. No, I didn't mean to damn do that. I am trying to get them I don't know how that happened. Looks like some of these are higher than the others. Or maybe it's just, I don't know. Alright, now we'll join these all together to be the new collision mesh. We'll set their origins to the 3D. Well, no, we just joined them first, then set their origins to the 3D cursor. I'll apply all transforms and check the face normals. Alright. So this will be the new collision mesh, and that'll go into start 0, 0. I'm sorry, start 0, 1. And we'll re-export this thing and overwrite the old one. It's in that level now. Let's go back to here. Let's rebuild collisions. Reset our car and let's drive over the new one. See, you still get the little whoopity 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 look on the tire where it goes in between something, even though it's not actually 100% accurately going in between. It's still, you get that impression, right? And you ain't getting your tires popped. The other one actually had the collisions for this thing too, and you know, well, you didn't need all that. But I'm going to zip this up. I'm going to share it for anybody who wants it. And that's going to be it for this one. That's going to be it for today. I've been trying to do more videos lately. But today, I think this will be it today. I still got a lot of work to do on that lava map. That's nowhere near being... That's nowhere near... I did save the old one. I believe I still have the old one, so yeah, the one before I made it different, where it doesn't look like Utah, where it still looks like Utah, which I should have probably stuck with that, because I just got so much more change now that I just created a lot more work for myself. But either way, I may end up just sharing that old one for anybody that wanted that one out, and I'm still thinking about it. I just hate sharing things that aren't finished. Unless it's like a work in progress, and I don't really care. But anyway, let me zip this up and I'll be sharing this here.